Hey guys, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one's on Sword Art Online 2, Episode 9, and this is a pretty dang good episode. So it starts off with all the girls in Klein and ALO watching, the BOB from in some area, I guess they could rent or something. And they're, wondering how come they haven't seen, much of Kirito at all. Silica would thought that he would be, all in action and everything. Klein thought it was like, oh, he's a very strategic person. He's probably just hiding and waiting for everyone. To which Asuna is like, no, not even Kirito would do that. And right, Yui? And Yui's like, yeah, he probably attacked them from behind so fast that the camera can't even see him. It was a little cute. And after that, they're watching I guess you could say the stream, and they're watching. They say, "Oh, there's the Pale Rider part," and they're watching the Death Gun versus Pale Rider part that we saw, before in the episode, and we're back in the game with Sinan and Kirito, and Sinan fires her sniper at Death Gun, and all of a sudden he just like just dodges it like it was nothing. Like, what the hell? That's pretty fast dodging. Well, of course it's a game, obviously, but yeah, still. And pretty much he knew they were there, so he then takes out his pistol and shoots Pale Rider, and it only takes out like a portion of his health. It doesn't take him out. And all of a sudden, Pale Rider, no longer paralyzed, gets up, aims his gun at Death Gun, and then all of a sudden he just drops on the ground and it says disconnected. So Pale Rider is dead. Death Gun then makes his speech and yada yada yada, his speech, and at the end it shows Asuna like, oh, she remembers seeing him somewhere, meeting him somewhere before, and she realized it has to be in Sword Art Online, and all of a sudden, Klein drops his glass, and he knows the guy. He doesn't remember his old name that he used, but he knows that he was a member of the Laughing Coffin, and he knows it's not the leader Pooh, I think they call him, but Death Gun said it's showtime, and that's his famous catchphrase. So it has to be someone that was high ranking in the Laughing Coffin. Kirito, we're back with Kirito again, and he then knows for sure that he is Death Gun, and to which of course Sinan doesn't really believe at first, because why would you believe, like, what, the rumored guy that's killing people in the game, But of course, Kirito says, two people already died and stuff like that. And Sinan then goes to check, since the UAV thing, the satellite thing, is going over to check what his name is, because he's still going to be in the area, right? And he can see, because he's not under Death Gun, so we get to see what his name is. But he's nowhere on the map, which means what? We figured out before from Kirito, is that if you go underwater, you hide from the scans. So then, Kirito then says that, they'll split, they're going to split, he's going to split from her, and he's going to go find him. To which Sinan is all, saying, she convinces him that, she's going to come and help him. Says it's, that it's their only chance to get him, since but he can still equip a handgun, to which Kirito says it's too dangerous. So then he starts walking away. Then she tries to, oh man, I'm getting all mixed up. But yeah, then she remembers the incident again, from before when she killed the guy and Kirito snapped her out of it. He then decides to go alone, and she tries to she convinces him that she's coming to help too. And of course, she has to make up the excuse that if he loses to Death Gun, then he can't fight her. But we all know that you like him, Sinan. Don't try and hide it. But after that, Kirito agrees, but out of nowhere, he takes out his sword and Sinan at first is like, huh? And all of a sudden, some guy shoots a whole automatic gun at him, and he's just like, lightsaber action, blocking all the shots. And him and Sinan team up. The guy at first, too, he's like, what the heck? No way. Reloads his gun, starts shooting again. Kirito blocks him all, flipping and stuff all over, and then after the guy shoots all his bullets, Sinan snipes him, and they take him out. Pretty good teamwork. one guy just blocks all the bullets, the other person waits and gets a good shot on. After that, Sinan then realizes where he is, and it's an abandoned city. So we are back in ALO after, and Klein starts talking about Laughing Coffin, and the story that we all know about how they killed so many people, and how the lead group went to go attack Laughing Coffin, and Kirito was there too, of course. And that's when Leafo realizes, oh, that's why he's been acting the way he has been. Asuna then stands up and decides, she's gonna go talk to Kirito's employer, because he probably knows something about everything that's happening right now in GGO, and also tells Yui to go search for info on GGO. So hopefully that means we'll get to see more Asuna in the next episode. Woo! But what's it called? She's pretty much, so she's gonna go and do that. So after that, Kirito and Sinan then make it to the city, of course, and know that he's somewhere in there, because there's no way the river ended right there. So if you were swimming, that was the end of the road. So that means he was already in the city, because that's why he wasn't where they found him. And they know, at first Kirito doesn't realize, he's just like, let's go in, and she's like, you don't even know his name, it's not listed under Death Gun, when he wants to go search for him. But there are still, how she said there are 3 people that wasn't in BOB before, and Pale Rider is dead, so that means there's 2 people left. And then they finally go in and they look at the map and find there are only of the 2 guys, there's only one, and it's Gunner X. So that must be him. So they go to him and find him at the stadium, waiting for the nearest person, who is Rikoko. So they think that he's probably waiting to, snipe him and then kill him too. So Kirito says that he can get him from behind, and he wants Sinan to get into position in the building in front of the stadium to, give him backup pretty much. So after that, then they split up, and Sinan starts thinking, if they beat Death Gun, Kirito will be her enemy again, and she will shoot him and defeat him and forget him, and she'll never see him again. So like, she really just in denial. She doesn't want to believe, you like him. But yeah, so she starts walking, then gets shot, and then you start seeing from her vision, looking, and she's paralyzed. And out of nowhere, camouflaged, is Death Gun. He was invisible. And Death Gun then starts talking about how he remembered Kirito's raging anger before, and that if he kills Sinan, then if he goes mad the same way he did before, then he will know that, if it's the real Kirito or not. So he's planning on killing Sinan to see if that Kirito is real. It really is the Kirito from Sword Art. Sinan then starts to fight, even though she's paralyzed, starts to fight and tries to grab her pistol. But then all of a sudden, Death Gun pulls out a Black Star Type 54 pistol, which is, it's the pistol from the incident before when she killed the guy. It's the same exact pistol, and she starts freaking out and seeing Death Gun as that guy again, and she drops her gun. And then all of a sudden, Death Gun then, aims his gun at her, and the screen starts going into her, going into her eye, and then goes black. We hear a shot, and guess what? Cliffhanger! Oh man, I'm pretty I give this episode 8 out of 10. It had action, suspense, little backstory on everything. Got to see more of Asuna, Klein, all the girls and stuff, and man, I honestly, the next episode, I bet at the beginning of the episode, Kirito's gonna, last second, you think she's gonna die, and all of a sudden, he blocks it, and then, of course, Kirito and Death Gun get into a fight while Sinan is paralyzed watching. And that's probably, I honestly think that's gonna happen. She's obviously not gonna die, but yeah. But As I always say, it's a discussion, guys. So if you want, comment below. If you have a question, also comment that below and stuff, man. I can't wait for the next episode. It's probably gonna be some really good action between Death Gun and Kirito finally, because we've only seen like small parts of Kirito, blocking a bunch of bullets and stuff, and it's pretty cool and all. But I want a full-blown action between the main good guy and the main bad guy. That's gonna be probably really badass. So hope you guys enjoyed this discussion review. Till next time, guys. See ya.